computers. And today, you use your phone, you use your laptop, you got things in cars, and servers are computers as well. We use Netflix. They're in our everyday lives. We use those for work. You have your classic desktop computers. The first generation of computers came out about in the 1940s and ended in the 1955. These were powered by vacuum tubes, and they were very big. They generated a lot of heat, and we used a lot of electricity. They were very slow by today's standards, but at the time they were very fast and powerful. The second generation came out about 1956. They're smaller, more compact. They use less energy and more power efficient. And also, transistors replaced the vacuum tubes, and they were smaller and cheaper. Our generation, what came out about in 1964, they used integrated circuits, and keyboard and monitor were actually produced, including mice as well. And the first operating system was also created. Fourth generation came about as our present day computer and started in 1971. Began when microprocessors were first developed, and it was a huge innovation for computers because they actually got to do different processes at once. And the internet was also born, which is, in my opinion, the most powerful invention today. What makes a computer? Well, there are two main parts. There's the software, and then there's the hardware. The software used are like Netflix, Google Chrome web browsers, use Steam, games, applications. Also the operating system, like Windows 10. Hardware, we have hard drives, RAM or random access memory in the motherboard. The hard drive reads and writes data and uses it to store all your memory. The RAM is a random access memory, like I said. It's basically the temporary memory storage of a computer. And the motherboard holds all the parts together. There's also the central processing unit, or the CPU, the power supply, and the graphics card. The graphics card outputs a video memory. The power supply powers the computer, and the CPU does all the processing. It's responsible for processing data, like I said. Speed is measured in gigahertz, which is a frequency, and it comes in dual core or quad core. Now we'll be going over the first processor ever invented, which is the Intel 4004. It actually ran at 740 kilohertz, which is very small by today's standards, but at the time was a huge invention. The newest one out today is the i7-7700K. That came out in 2017, and it's up to 4.50 gigahertz, which is very powerful for today's standards. Utilizes up to 4 cores. Cores are basically the unit that processes like memory, like storage, anything really. And it also includes hyperthreading, which is virtual cores, where it splits it doubles the cores, so it's like 8 cores in total. And then the graphics processing unit. The graphics card contains VRAM, which is basically video memory RAM. It outputs video. It also contains CUDA cores, which is basically the same thing as cores on a CPU. The first graphics processing unit ever invented was the GeForce 256. Has 128 megabytes of VRAM. And today we have the GeForce GTX 1080 Ti, which is 11 gigabytes of VRAM, which is far more better than the previous generation, and has 3,584 CUDA cores. And the future, I believe that we'll be able to develop AI. I think it can only be bright. I don't think it will be any Terminator, like computers will take over the world or anything like that, but it's definitely going to be brighter for us. That's the end. Okay, do we have any questions from the audience? Yes, we do.
Okay, so you mentioned the AIs. So, like Japan's got some sort of they've got some kind of machines that kind of sort of think on their own. But like, what kind of AIs are you talking about here? Like, Like what kind of functions are they gonna have? If you know.
I don't know much about AI, but they may be able to produce different, like other AI. Possibly, I don't know for sure. But mostly AI that we'll be seeing in the near future is just AI on computers like Cortana, for instance. It'll just be more improved. There's not going to be anything real physical yet until later in the future, in my opinion. Anyone else?
What is dedicated RAM?
I don't know what that is.